who is the scholar that the Muslim should attach himself with and go to him for seeking the knowledge and for getting a fatwa? Those scholars, as mentioned earlier, are the scholars who base their fatwa on what Allah says and what the Messenger says. And it doesn't matter if this scholar is Hanafi or Maliki or Shafi'i or Hanbali, or some of them call themselves Salafi. It doesn't matter, as long as they present their valid proofs from Quran and Sunnah. If he presents a verse from Quran, he should also present its meaning from authentic scholars of tafsir. And if he presents a hadith, he should also present its source and its authenticity, whether it is true or not. And also he should present the true meaning of this hadith from the right sources, the scholars who have explained the books of hadith. And as I said earlier, the scholar is not the one who people point to as a scholar. No, the scholar is the person who scholars decide that he is a scholar and he is knowledgeable enough to give fatwa. If scholars point to him as such, then he is a scholar. Otherwise, if we leave it to the people, then everyone who knows something about Islam might be pointed to as a scholar by some ignorance. So then there will be no end to the situation. Then, so the right way is to go to the scholars whom other scholars have pointed to as a scholar. And the scholar also has to be someone who is known to be God-fearing. As Allah said in Quran, إِنَّمَا يَخْشَى اللَّهَ مِنْ عِبَادِهِ الْعُلَمَاء, that indeed only the scholars are the ones who fear Allah, fearful of Allah. And you can see if the scholar fears Allah or not by his actions. Because you don't know what's in his heart. If you see him indulging in a lot of haram things and known for taking bribes or things like that, then he is not suitable for the title scholar, and he doesn't deserve this title. If the Muslims follow the system where the scholar is decided, the true scholar is decided, then they are in a great shape. And if they don't know this system, they are in a great misery and a great confusion. That's why the Prophet ﷺ said, من أراد بحبوحة الجنة فليلزم الجماعة. He said, he who wants the better place in paradise, the wider place and the bigger place in paradise, then let him stick to the Jama'ah. And when we say the Jama'ah, the congregation, we mean those congregation which follow the right scholars. Otherwise, it will not be the Jama'ah. And the Jama'ah include the Muslim ruler and the people, the rest of the Muslims. But they have to be following the right scholars. If they are not following the right scholars, then they are not the Jama'ah that the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam ordered us to be with and to stick to. And also the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Yadullahi ma'al Jama'ah, the hand of Allah is with the Jama'ah. And he said, من فارق الجماعة شبرا فقد خلع ربقة الإسلام من عنقه. He who departs from the Jama'ah as much as a hand length, a palm length, this is shibran, a palm length, then he almost left Islam. He almost left Islam. And this is a big way of showing that this thing is a big sin, a great sin. And when the Muslim is away from the Jama'ah, it is easier for the devil to work on him and to take him further and further away from Islam. Take him further and further away from Islam. After he takes him away from the Jama'ah, it's easy for him to let this person love the non-Muslims and to be one of them eventually. So this is the point, that the Muslim has to be very careful to stick to the Jama'ah and to be with the Jama'ah, and before all that, to know what is the meaning of the Jama'ah and what is the meaning of the scholars. هذا وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.